spin in its little dial. Oh, live stream.
Okay, it's now streaming on. Okay. Then
Okay.
at that rate, I'm going to call the CPC meeting of February 8th to order. Mr. Clerk, if you would call the roll, please.
Sure, I can do that. Sean, are you here?
Present.
All right. Amanda.
Present.
All right. Loretta.
Present.
Bob.
Present.
Thank you. Bill Doyle.
Present.
Tom, we know, is absent. Erica.
Present.
Justin.
Present.
And I am here too. Okay, that's a lot of us. That's 8.
Okay, the first item on the agenda is the approval of the minutes of the November 16th.
Is he muted? Or was it me?
Pardon?
Erica, can you hear?
Oh. Now they're working. Sorry. Carry on.
You're in a lousy position there, just to let you know, Erica. You got hills all around.
I know.
You,
I know.
you-
I know. Well, no, it was the headphones.
Okay.
The headphones were working, so I took them out, and then they started working as soon as I took them
Okay.
out. So carry
So-
on. My bad.
The approval of the minutes of the November 16th meeting. Do I have a motion to approve? And if so, how?
So
I move
moved.
to approve the minutes
As presented?
Second.
as presented.
Okay.
I think
All in
it
favor?
wasn't me though.
Aye.
I
Opposed?
Aye.
Aye.
Okay, the
Aye,
ayes
aye.
have it.
Okay.
Okay, new business. 13 and 16 Eddy Street, the Nelson Family Trust that were granted $460,000 are going to return the money. And we just have to take a vote to accept the money. So if someone would make that motion, if there's any questions on that, go shoot. No questions?
I move we accept the returned money from the Nelson Family Project.
Okay, do I hear a
I'll
second?
second it.
Okay, any discussion on the motion? No discussion? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? The ayes have it.
I just
Okay,
want to clarify, Dan, it's 420,000 if you want to write a figure in there.
Oh, 420,000. Okay,
Yes.
sure. Why not?
Thank you, Julie.
Mhm.
Do I have to, wait,
Go ahead.
what about, I'm sorry, I should have asked this before. Is it going to go into the general fund or does it go back?
It will go into the general fund, yes.
It could go back to housing.
It generally goes to it's been used, so if,
Okay.
did Center Fonte say, no, I don't care. I mean, we can use that money anyway, so just to let you
Right.
know.
You can vote for it wherever you want to put it. It doesn't matter.
Well, it was from housing, or was it originally from housing or not?
A portion of it was.
I think it
believe.
was, yeah.
So it just go to the general, if it goes to the general fund, it makes it that much easier because we can draw from the general fund even if we're short on another fund.
Okay,
So-
to the undesignated, okay.
Okay.
Okay. Julie sent out the CPC plan. I was speaking to Dan about it. We haven't touched the plan since 2015, I've been told. So Julie and I worked on the plan. She sent it out. I would like a vote tonight to accept it. Now, Dan has an amendment. I'm not sure anybody else does. And I commend Julie. She did a great job.
Yeah, I second that. Really nice.
So Dan's amendment, Julie, was, Dan, want to?
Yeah, very minor for passing this tonight. Where the old language that just was funneled through that I originally took it over a while back. One of the paragraphs, I think it's page 2 or 3, it says his or her, and just making all language gender neutral nowadays. So there.
They are there, okay.
I think I only saw one instance of that. It's in referring to the if you're coming from another commission or board, that they have
Okay,
pick somebody, his or her commission, just their board, whatever, you know.
perfect. Okay, I'll go through the whole thing and do a
Anybody
search.
else have an amendment or a revision? If not, I would look for a motion to accept the CPC plan with the revision.
So moved.
So moved.
Okay, do I
Second,
hear seconded by
Erica
Bill
seconds.
Doyle and then Erica. A discussion on the motion. Go ahead, Dan.
Yeah, so one of the things I know, I saw you guys took off from the last version, which is the things about goals and criteria aspects of stuff, which is part of the regulations from the state that you're supposed to have these goals and criteria stuff. And it was never completed. We had spotty stuff there. So one of the goals should be to complete the goals and criteria, or, you know, somehow, I mean, at some point, it doesn't happen tonight. Obviously it's not happening tonight. But another thing for work on.
We did leave some of the goals in, right, Julie?
I think I just left a generic.
Yeah, the generic, right. generic.
Yeah,
All right. And that's why we did, because we wanted to pass the generic. So we can work
Yeah.
on that next year.
Absolutely,
This year.
yeah.
But anyway, I do want to get that. So if that's the case, all in favor, say aye.
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 Opposed? The ayes have it. Thank you very much, Julie. Again, thank you.
Thank you, Julie.
you too. And Justin too. Justin helped a lot.
Thank you, Justin.
My pleasure. Application deadline discussion. Julie,
Okay, oh, this we spoke with Stuart. He suggested we go to 2
oh yeah, okay, thank you. I'll take-
deadlines a year. Okay.
Yeah. Julie reached out to Stuart for something for, it was, for the mill, the museum, to see if it was covered. They get into a discussion and he was under the impression that we had only 1 or 2 meetings a year, and Julie disabused him that we had several. But anyway, he would like to come and talk about consolidating. I am not opposed to him coming, but I will say this. He wants us only to have 1 application a year, okay? 1 application period a year,
Deadline, yeah.
correct?
Yeah, an application deadline, yeah.
Yeah, deadline, and once you vote on it once a year and you're done, okay? In all honesty, we have 8 meetings. I don't see that, I don't like to keep people waiting if there's such a project, and Julie can and does, and I also tune them up, so to speak, to make it so it's everybody's going to understand it. So if you want to change that format, we can have a discussion on that. Stuart still can come speak. If the committee, I told Stuart, I put it out to the committee. I just want you to know what it's going to be about, and let the committee decide. So go ahead, Dan.
Yeah, I would be in favor of having him come and talk and then hear what he has to say. And actually, I'm sure I'll have more questions about stuff, but you know, there are many, I think other communities do well. Some do just once a year, right? Some
Right,
do
and that's what he's
twice, some do twice.
He said most are once. There are some twice, but I think we're the only one that does as many.
Right.
I probably allow applications with no, our deadline is a week before the next meeting. He thinks, again, it seems to work for us. No one has a problem with it. I said to Stuart, I would like to have him come, but I was not going to make that decision without the committee voting on it. So,
Well,
and again, go ahead.
I mean, the other thing is that I think some communities also have like a preview of an application so that people can see about and then
Correct.
give feedback. So we could have more meeting. We still have more than just 2 meetings, and like have, you know, the preview application meeting where people could come, and then we could say, well, you know, have you talked to everybody and stuff? Because coming in at the last minute, does, as far as, has everybody talked to all the boards? Have they got all their ducks in a row? Is it going to work well through the whole process in the city? And maybe we can be more helpful up front in that aspect. I mean, I know it's not necessarily a responsibility, but so anyway, just opening up the discussion with him to see.
Again,
what.
it's fine. All right.
Yeah, okay. So
Any more discussion?
next meeting or?
Well,
Is
again, it's not, you and I aren't going to decide it. The whole board is. So.
Right.
the whole-
Oh, yeah.
So,
Well,
Yeah,
Julie, somebody say
Yeah, it was
something?
Erica, but I think.
Erica, sorry about
freezing.
that.
it was me.
Erica,
I'm sorry. I'm on the phone. I only see 4 of you at a time, 3 of you at a time. I think it's a great idea for us to meet with him. I mean, he can bring us some feedback from other communities and how I'd like to hear what his reasoning is. I feel like what we're doing is working fine, but
And I had a discussion
maybe
with him,
a
and
good
I
reason
said-
that I haven't thought of.
and again, I had the same discussion with him, and I have no problem, I loved it. It can't hurt.
Right.
Yeah.
So,
I like the rolling applications because it keeps the, we respond more quickly to the community that way.
and that was my sentiments. And he said, hey, he said, there's no problem with the way we do it. It's just a matter of how others do it. And I said, fine, we'll listen.
Yeah.
It doesn't
Yeah.
cost us anything to listen. So just
Well,
time.
It could streamline the back end, if we get all the applications in, we come together and meet a few times and make our list and then submit that all at once to city council,
Again.
then you don't have to go to city council every single time that
Oh, yes,
there's
you
an
do.
application.
Yeah, you do.
Well, no, but it would all go at once, we would make the decision and submit
Oh,
our
okay.
plan.
Yeah.
And
yeah.
then you go once and you say, here are the projects we're going to fund for the next year. And then you're one and done. And those guys and then the contracts happen and all that, as opposed to
And
like
I'm trying
as we go.
I'm trying to change that just to let you know, because some of these things should stand on their own. So we've got a different city clerk and different committee chair. So we'll see on that one. All right.
Okay.
We may not have to go, just to let you, this is just an aside.
Yeah.
Well,
So
if the question is, do we have Stu come in or not? I move that we have Stu come in, and I suspect that will be via Zoom, right? I
Oh, yeah.
move
it-
we
it
invite
definitely
him.
is. Yes, yeah, yeah. And it would be,
to-
we could have it the next meeting. I don't think there's.
Okay, then my motion is to
Yeah.
invite him to our next meeting. And if he can't make that date, the following meeting.
Okay. Do I hear a
Second.
second? Okay, second by
Second,
Erica.
Erica.
A discussion on the
Thank
motion.
you.
No discussion?
Sounds straightforward.
All in favor, say aye.
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 Opposed? The ayes have it. So Julie, will you reach out to Stuart and see if he can make the March 5th meeting?
Yes.
March 15th, I'm sorry.
I will.
And the last item is the state the state had a surplus this year and is giving money out again. And our cut, so to speak, is $146,688. Now, Julie, you've got down vote in November, but it's money's coming in before the end of the fiscal year. So I think we have to vote. Am I
The
wrong?
last time it came in, I checked and auditing said they had to hold on to that money until November. And we had to vote when,
But I think auditing's wrong. It's coming in fiscal 2022.
why don't you vote tonight and then I'll
That's
send it
exactly what I'd
over.
like to do. Vote
Okay,
tonight,
all
we'll
right.
have it on record if we could.
Right, okay.
So,
I did
could I
look
have a
back
mo-
and my notes said, she said we had to wait, but
but
we'll
if-
try.
if-
Vote
I
tonight
think
and
you're
then-
wrong, just to let you know,
Okay.
because the fiscal year ends June 30th.
okay.
So could I have a motion to accept the $146,688 from the state?
So moved.
Do I hear a second?
Second.
All in favor?
Hold on a second. Discussion.
Aye.
No discussion on that. There's
Well,
nothing
no.
to discuss.
Does it just go, don't we just have to split it or does it go into general fund or?
We've got to accept it first. I believe we have to accept it first and then we divide.
And
or
then we
can do a
allocate it.
motion if you want.
Thank you. I forgot. Yeah, okay. No discussion.
Okay, all right. So all in favor?
Aye.
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 Opposed? The ayes have it. Now, 10%, 10%, 10%, and 10% to each of the 3 accounts, and then 5% to the administrative. Do I hear a motion to allot those at 10%, which would be $14,668.80 to housing, Conrec and open space, and historical, and 5% would be
1%
to
to admin.
administration.
So moved.
Do I hear a second?
Second.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? The ayes have it. Our next meeting will be March 15th. Does anybody have comments, questions, or suggestions? Seeing none, I would look for a motion to adjourn. Don't everybody do it at once. All
So
right.
moved.
We
All right.
haven't seen each other in months. This is like,
Yeah, that's true.
too efficient a meeting, right? This is not working for
Let's
me.
get the motion. We can visit during
Do I
discussion.
hear a second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Sure.
Aye.
Thank you all. Dan, thank you for your help on this, and Julie,
Yes,
thank you
thanks.
again.
Pleasure.
Yeah.
Everybody, stay
Thank you,
safe.
guys. Stay safe.
Thank you again for your time.
Good
Very
night.
Good to see
Okay,
everyone.
yeah.
Take care.
Aye.